we're not even going to get into the bulge size
Yeah, let's
and the
go.
fact that it's set at 0 and it can go further down.
You can go negative bulge size, like inverted. What the fuck?
Yeah, so it started off with this video from IGN where they were showing off all the stuff you can do with the character creator in Dragon Age Velgard, I think is the name.
Mm-hmm.
So enter the Critical Drinker.
Who's this guy?
This is a massive YouTuber that does a lot of commentary on Hollywood. He doesn't really get into a lot of video game stuff. I know he's a gamer from some of the videos I've kind of looked at, but
Yeah, like I was seeing him on an interview, and in the background he had like display cases, I think, that had like Nintendos and stuff in it. But I was like, I've never seen him before.
His main thing is kind of just Hollywood and a lot of disdain for Hollywood.
Yes, I know that fairest of them all in this case is meant to represent truth and justice and leadership, or something equally vague and intangible.
So he comes at this tweet from IGN saying, "Is it just me, or are character creator screens nothing but a stupid, narcissistic waste of time?"
Hot take.
Nuclear hot take. A lot of the replies were just very much like, this is an L take.
Yeah, because it's like he's insulting them. When you insult the character creator, it's like, you better watch out. You're insulting someone's character too, because it's their OC, you know, they put a lot of effort into it.
Which now brings us to the official Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis global account. Take it away.
A big thing about Phantasy Star has always been cosmetics and your individual character. Even back in the older games, all the way back to, I want to say, PSO1, when it really hit the online, MMO market back when it was just booming. Phantasy Star, this is way too much in depth, but Phantasy Star Online, I've been playing this game for the past 3 or 4 years, and all the players on it, it's very much like a gacha, and it's just microtransactions to improve your character model, which this is it's a shopping mall. Okay, it's a shopping mall. So I think it's great that PSO2 Online's global official account is going like full Wendy's girl with this. Now, people that don't come from this community will not really understand what they are saying. They're not necessarily insulting their own player base. They kind of are. And so this is a very strange move by them. I don't know who's supposed to be on their side here, because they're jumping into the ring with someone else and they're insulting themselves, but I think it's meant to be jovial, and it's a comment on the fact that everyone on this game is pretty much obsessed with the character creator. It's probably the main draw of the game at this point, since to actually play the game takes one button. You can press one button and then counterattack, and it could be a mobile game, really. So,
which is very surprising that it actually hasn't become a mobile game at this point.
Yeah. I mean, there's some people that actually do try to play it on a Steam Deck and stuff like that portably. I don't think it works anymore, but you will see the players on this game. They will tell you that fashion is the end game, and they've just been sitting in the lobby buying stuff and like mannequins. I mean, it's
so is it all stupid and narcissistic and a total waste of time, as Critical Drinker says, or is it something more than that?
They are. So here's the thing. He's right, but the problem is that, like, if you haven't looked at the internet, we're all stupid, narcissistic wastes of time. That's all we're really doing. So I think that they're just responding to their, player base. That's what people want. I think that really what's going on here is Critical Drinker's making a point that, yeah, it's kind of stupid that so many people are obsessed about how their characters look. Maybe he doesn't put a lot of emphasis on that. That's totally fair. But I think the real thing here is games are starting to offer more customization to their player base, because people want it. There's too many people online, and we don't want to all look the same. We don't want to, we want to differentiate ourselves. And there's all kinds of problems that come with that too. But I think I think that honestly, I'm down with. I hope this Sega's official account goes Wendy's girl on some more stuff, because this game's community is on something else.
Yeah.
And it definitely does feel like a mental asylum because a lot of these people have been trapped here in the payment cycle for a long time. And a lot of it does feed into this self-image because, you know, you can be anything you want to on this game. You can be Colonel Sanders. You can be a giant chicken bird thing that floats around with soulless eyes and machine guns. You can be a giant eyeball with 1,000 rainbow wings. You can be the most beautiful girl in the world, or you can be a giant meatball. It's whatever you want to do on here. So self-expression
Yeah.
on NGS is pretty much, you know, the thing is the payment to entry is very steep.
Yeah, so I think this is more him kind of taking shots at the fact that, oh, this game has pronouns and this game has skin diseases.
It's an interesting angle to take because he's, instead of, you know, insulting them for their skin color or for their preferences, he's just calling them narcissists at this point.
Yeah.
But do you think, here's the real question. Can I ask you, DCNest, do you think that Critical Drinker would last an hour in the Asylum where Fantasy Star Online 2 global account was raised?
I don't think anybody with a sane mind would. So I think the
So
question
he's
is
probably good.
this a sane man
Is it the same?
or is
He might.
this insane? One thing that I did find interesting though is the fact that Fantasy Star's Twitter account locked down this whole thread.
Oh no.
Now there's
So it must have been
still
really getting out of hand. Can we go through some of these comments?
one of the responses was from someone who also responded to the initial video, pointing out the fact that glute size, gluteus maximus over here, is all the way up to 100%, and that's not much of a booty.
Dude, the way that
Earlier.
that is shot, the way you're zoomed in right now, that's his left hand, right?
This is
That's the right hand. Now go to the left hand.
Yeah, that's
That does not look like a left. Is that a finger?
Shh.
There's even a glute slider. And yes, I gave my rook one hell of an ass.
More! Become unbound from the limitations of your creatively bankrupt creators! Yes! More!
So Madame Savvy, who had already had a little run-in with the Dragon Age Veilguard character customization, said, "This is why every single American branch of foreign companies needs to be shut down.
Every single
Expensive
one.
money sinks full of people too stupid to be useful anymore."
This sounds like an emotional comment. No, and I'm
forgot
not
to
trying to be
switch-
sexist. It seems like she's angry.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to say
You-
every single branch of the foreign companies needs to shut down. Like, what? Because too much
Yeah.
money and too many stupid people. You know, I agree, bitch.
So a lot of the conversation lately has been with localization, the fact that like you've seen this a lot in anime recently where localizers, the people that do the translations and everything, they'll take, you know, an anime, within the anime it's saying one thing, but then when they do the translation, they could do a direct translation and have
Oh,
something
yeah.
like pretty close to what they're actually saying, but then they'll throw in something like
Zoomer speak.
well, I'm fighting the patriarchy.
Yeah, they'll
or
try to
something.
adapt it for the culture or whatever. And it's like, it's not even that. I don't think they go as far as saying I'm fighting the patriarchy, but they'll change like very micro
No, they
things.
literally
they go that
literally
far?
did in was one anime. Yeah.
We need
yeah,
to find
and-
that and put it on there. I want to see that.
Let me get it real quick.
What are you wearing that for?
Oh, those pesky patriarchal societal demands were getting on my nerves.
Damn!
Give it a week, they'll be begging you to change back.
何ですかその格好。いつも言われるから露出度を抑えたんだ。どうかな次は体を変えるといいですよ。
So yeah, in the original of that, they were talking about basically like, oh, everybody was making a comment to me, so zipped up, and then they changed that to be, oh, it's the patriarchy.
It's the same thing though. But like the
Yeah,
thing, the
but
difference
it's-
is like
it's
when you say
filtered through a different
patriarchy,
lens.
makes it sound like there's this like giant like conspiracy.
Versus like dudes seeing an attractive woman and being like,
But I mean, the reason why guys do that probably isn't. Are we part of the patriarchy right now? Where's my membership club?
I don't
I
know.
thought I was just horny because my
I've heard that it comes with a lot of privilege, like money and jobs
I don't
and
have
stuff
any
like
of that
Now,
either.
I'm poor as fuck.
Yo,
I ain't got shit. There's other stuff like you forgot to switch accounts slash facepalm. So a lot of people have been inferring that this is someone posting on the wrong account, like whoever's
mm.
behind this. Another community manager who hates gamers. Big surprise. Sega, you need new CMs, or at least ones who make better jokes, if this was a poor attempt at humor.
I think this was a poor attempt at baiting and trolling from this guy, man. He seems like
Yeah.
he's the one who's spewing out the hate. I didn't see any of that from Sega's post. And as a
don't
longtime
really
member of
think
the
it's a
community, I've never felt hate from Sega at all. Now, some of the community itself, for sure, but that's the internet.
I don't really think that this is a bad joke or like in poor taste
I don't either.
at all. I definitely think it's I definitely think it was meant to draw some eyes. And it got 279,000 views,
And that's never a bad thing.
but you
Or
look
is
at
it?
like you look at the fact that it only got like less than 2,000 likes and it got 500 responses before they shut down.
Let me say this. Let me ask you this. Would you rather, or would you want to see PSO2 girl come back with some more fire like this, or would you like them to? Because right now it seems like they're putting the brakes on. They've locked everything down. Or do you? I mean, what's the best approach here? Because I think that I would
Lean
like to
into
see
it.
some more spice and fire out of the official global. Is it good to get this much attention in this way? What do you think about gaming companies nowadays on their social media, like staying in their own lane? I mean, personally, I kind of like the Wendy's girl versus Burger King or whatever. All that stuff kind of gets me jazzed and hyped up. There's always conflict on the internet. I think if you do it, playfully and respectfully and in good taste, it's fine. And I would like to see more of this stuff from Wendy's girl. I hope she doesn't put the brakes on.
Yeah, I think they should lean into this. I think I think they should have like some I don't think they should be attacking like critical drinker because
No.
that's what's bringing in people like Madam Savvy and honestly a
Well,
lot
go
of
up.
these
That's the big one
people
we need to talk about.
where
Above, right there.
okay.
Kagurasu. This guy using 70 plus accounts to self like the negative replies here.
So the thing with this one, they're trying to catch out like bots or whatever.
Yeah.
The problem is they don't realize who Critical
Critical
Drinker
Drinker
is,
is.
who his
How big his
audience
community
is,
is. Yeah.
how big the communities around him are, because there's other separate communities that are all sort of like it's not just the Critical Drinker community. You have the community that Madame Savvy's in.
There's a lot of communities
You have
coalescing
other little
here.
community. They're all kind of they're in that realm of talking about video games and movies and all this stuff and like I don't want to say just a negative fashion, but like
Right. That's a
the
trend.
more modern stuff that's going on is what they're kind of talking about, like the more negative DEI, pushing this kind of agenda over here and this agenda over there. And
Mhm.
so a lot of those are kind of coming together to jump at the defense of someone who doesn't really need anybody to jump to his defense because this is just a tweet that he just shot off, didn't give a fuck about, and
Right.
moved on.
I mean, he hasn't even responded to any of it, so he's probably like, whatever.
He doesn't give a fuck. And the
Based.
thing is, a lot of the people within the communities, like especially the viewers, they kind of do give a fuck. And so they're definitely putting their nose into a lot of these things and they're liking a lot of like this one right here,
Wait, let's
real
go to Mugen
professional.
Lord. Sega
And
needs to fire whoever is behind this account. They just brought the worst kind of attention to their brand. Instead of dunking on OP, you could have shown why your character creator is better. Nope, it's DEI at its best. Now, what does DEI stand for?
diversity, equity, not equality, equity,
Equity.
and inclusion.
I kind of want to look at the big titties. You have no idea what we really want, yet Korean developers do. Big fat anime titties.
So the one thing I do know about PSO2 is there is a plethora of big fat anime titties all over the place. You log into that game, get to like the main little hub world area, and there are massive big fat anime titties all over the place.
You don't even get
This
that
guy-
far sometimes.
This guy doesn't really know what he's talking about when he's talking about this game. I'm kind of curious about the replies.
Yeah, did you ever check the game you're responding to? Cutesy Carrot called him out.
Yeah.
Carrot Corpse got him. Tourist alert got him.
Tourist
That's
alert.
I know. Like I recognize some of these people. Yeah, these are content creators for the game.
All right.
Actually.
Should I open this? It says it's
Yes,
offensive.
yes, open it definitely. Let's see some offensive shit.
All right.
What's too hot for to handle? We can see, ooh, show. Do it
Show?
slowly.
Okay.
Do it slowly. Take it off slowly.
No, I'm just gonna rip it off.
Oh God! Oh no! What the fuck? Booty, dumpy.
All right.
Booba.
I got it.